Go. All right. Checking connections. Love it. We are ready to go live for our Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. Welcome. Let me just check everything here. Always check the settings because you never know, right? You never know when you run into issues. So far, so good. Everything is good. Want to welcome you, first of all, on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. Of course, we want to welcome our friends on LinkedIn, and we also want to welcome our friends on YouTube as well. Thank you so much. We do this live every Thursday at this time, 9:30 a.m. on the Pacific Coast, and of course that's 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 in the UK. Thank you so much for joining. It's an open forum coffee chat where you, as a nonfiction author, if you have any questions about turning your book into an audiobook, it's open forum. So by all means, ask me any questions. This is what I do as an audiobook coach and producer is focus on helping you, the nonfiction author, narrate your own audiobook because you need to narrate your own audiobook. You need to put it in your own voice. You got to narrate your own audiobook because no one on this planet, no one in the universe can narrate your book better than you. No one can tell your story better than you can. And that's why you narrate your own audiobook. All right. We're going to talk about the holidays because they are coming up. And I say that holidays for authors. What are your author plans? What are you going to do for your author brand during the holidays? Actually, the holidays are a great time to focus. We are well into quarter number 4. So here we are coming up to the end of the year. What are you going to do to wrap things up? Hopefully you're doing great things for your author brand, but what are you going to do to wrap things up and get set for 2025? But there's still things that you can do here and now, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But first, I want to share a couple of things. First of all, every Thursday is the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. And tonight, my guest is a number one selling, best-selling author. She's also an interior designer and an exterior designer and also a fashion designer. And she is, most importantly, a cancer survivor. And I'm talking about Mawish Syed, who has an incredible story. She wrote a great book called Purgatory to Paradise, which chronicles her journey of when she got cancer, was diagnosed, and then through the process of defeating it, which is an awesome, inspirational story. And she's taken this journey and is doing fantastic things helping cancer survivors and people who are going through this process. So it's going to be such a great podcast. Join me tonight because we do it live, and I want you to be able to participate in the podcast. This isn't a pre-recorded podcast, so join me on the Bold Brave YouTube channel. Go to the Bold Brave YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Bold Brave TV, and then you'll click live for the live streams. It starts at 5 p.m. on the Pacific Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Join me for a great podcast tonight live, and you can participate and ask questions, and it's just a fun thing to do, and I really hope that you will join me for the podcast. Now, those of you on Instagram, go to my profile page. All the links are there. You'll see where it says join the podcast live. Also in those links, by the way, and I'll put it up here on the screen for those of you on YouTube and, of course, on LinkedIn, that I do have a free audiobook narration reference guide. And I also wanted to let you know about any questions that you have. If you ever thought about doing an audiobook, narrating your own audiobook, schedule a free audiobook consultation call with me. Let's talk about your book. Let's find out what your marketing goals are. And I'll tell you about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program, which I teach, and I help you as a nonfiction author through the entire process, as this is one-on-one coaching. And by the end of the 6-week program, you will have recorded your audiobook. It'll be edited, it'll be cleaned up, it'll be all ready for publication. Your files will be uploaded for publication in Audible, Amazon, and Apple, the AAA, and any other distribution platforms that you want to be on. We'll do that for you as well. But book a call. Let's have that initial call. We're not going to hard sell you. I just want to tell you about the program. And again, it's a great way to wrap up your 2024, I'm talking about holidays, you will find that you do have time to do things like this, and you can get your audiobook done by the end of the year, launch it for 2025, and guess what? You just did a great business decision as an author to create an audiobook, and now you have a great business tax write-off when you do your taxes next year. Oh, and I did mention about the audiobook narration reference guide. Let me pop that in here so that you can see the link as well. And again, on Instagram, go to my profile page, click on the link. All these links are there for you. And also in LinkedIn there and YouTube, in the description, these links are there as well, so you can grab them. But here's your free audiobook narration reference guide, some really cool tools and techniques for you to help you do a great audiobook narration. Now, again, I mentioned our topic is for the holidays, right? Holiday plans. What are you doing? Are you really hitting hard Q4 to do something great for your author brand? Now, again, a great decision that you can make in regards to your author brand is creating an audiobook. Do your audiobook. Turn your nonfiction book into an audiobook and add that as another great product in your arsenal of products with your ebook, your paperback, your hardcover, and especially your audiobook. Because you know what? So many people go to Audible, Amazon, Apple, or any other distribution platform, usually Audible. That's the most popular one where you really do need to be distributed on. And they're like, hey, is your book on Audible? And they search for it. And if they don't find it, they're not going to discover you. So it's a great way to expand your market, hitting a whole slew of people around the world to discover you as an author. And the beauty about having an audiobook, not only that you are telling your story in your own voice, the way you should, because no one can tell your story better than you, but it'll also get people to want to buy your ebook and buy your paperback and buy your hardcover, because not only do they listen to your audiobook, but they also love reading along. I do that all the time. So that's a great thing for you. I'd love to hear from you, by the way. If you want to comment, by all means do so. And let me know what you are doing as an author to promote your author brand. Are you doing anything special for the holidays? I know it's time where you spend it with family and friends, and there are a lot of holiday events and things of that nature, but you will have time to focus on your author brand. You will have time to do it, 100%. So come up with things. Maybe you should be writing your next book. One thing you should definitely be doing is mapping out your marketing strategies for 2025. As an author, you are an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs need to plan. And having a plan is what's going to make you more successful as an author. So plan out what you want to do for 2025. Maybe you have a big goal that you want to reach. So plan it out. When do you want to reach that goal? Maybe it is recording your audiobook. I'd love to help you and have you start doing it now, which is a great time to do it because you can still write it off on your taxes, which is a great business write-off. But, maybe doing an audiobook is something that you want to do. Or, again, if you have a big goal as an author, if you have a big goal that you want to reach, when do you want to reach that goal? And maybe you can just reverse engineer getting to that goal, planning it out. So let's say by November 2025, you want to reach, publish your next book or release your audiobook or do a whole big marketing campaign, whatever it is that you want to do. What are the steps that you need to do to reach that goal, and map it out? And then have little mini goals along the way to keep propelling you forward. It's just a great thing to do, but plan it now. That's a great thing that you can do as an author, doing marketing planning, your audiobook, writing another book, whatever it is, but plan it now. Start it now in this fourth quarter. That's what you could be doing as an author and during the holiday season, because I'm telling you, there's, the week between Christmas and New Year's is usually a week of like nothing going on. What a great time to be spending on your author brand. Remember, you are an entrepreneur. All right. You published your nonfiction book. All right. That is a great thing. That means you are an entrepreneur. So embrace your entrepreneurship. Embrace it. You are not a hobbyist. You are not an amateur. You are a professional. So embrace that. That is such a great thing. Catchphrase time. You are the CEO of you. All right. You are. So love it and embrace it. Now, if you want to find out more information about what I do, you can always go to robertlanecoaching.com. Has everything about what I do as an audiobook coach and producer. I've worked 30 plus years in the entertainment business. I still have an audio post-production business as well. When you enroll in the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program, which is only 6 weeks, yes, you can narrate and publish your audiobook in 6 weeks. It is possible, of course. I have many authors who have gone through the program who have done that. But go to the website. I'll tell you more about what I do. There are many places there where it says book your call, schedule a call with me. It's my personal calendar link, and you will talk with me directly. And let's talk about your book. Let's find out what your goals are, and let's get you enrolled so that you can have an audiobook in your own voice, telling your story the way it is meant to be heard and getting it published and getting it out there in the world so that people can hear you, because that is preserving the integrity of your author brand when you narrate your own audiobook. All right. So go to robertlanecoaching.com for more information about that. There's also a button there on the homepage where you can download your link for the audiobook narration reference guide. And again, for those of you on YouTube and LinkedIn, it's in the description about those links, and the website and all that is all there, so you can check it out. And of course, on Instagram, just go to my profile page and click on that link. Everything is there for you. All right. So again, my last thing that I do want to hit home, of course, is the podcast. So again, join me tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time for the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. My very special guest, Mawish Syed, sharing an incredible story of her journey of defeating cancer and all the great things that she's doing now. There's so much that we have to talk about. And we will talk about her book as well. And of course, her journey of narrating her own audiobook, which is fantastic. She did such a great job. So join me tonight. Go to the the Bold Brave, there it is, the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel, and click it and listen to the podcast. Watch the podcast live as we do it. It's not pre-recorded. It is live. So join me tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel. All right, my friends, that's going to wrap it up for Coffee Chat. But before we do, I do want to toast you. Today's cup is Galileo. My dad worked for Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, and he worked on a bunch of unmanned spacecraft. This was one of his cups from working on the Galileo project. Very proud of him, of the work that he did on so many great projects. He did Viking 1, Viking 2, Voyager, which you've heard about, of course. Even Star Trek used Voyager in their first movie. That was a spaceship that he worked on. He was the quality control engineer to make sure everything worked. And obviously it is, because here we are 40 plus years later, 50 years later, whenever that thing was launched, it's still working. So cheers to my dad, and cheers to you for just being awesome human beings. And this is the Elixir of Life. All right, my friends. With that, my last assignment to you is this. When you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger, say hello to them, because you never know what someone is going through, and they may just be having a really bad day. And just that small act of kindness can really brighten somebody's day. So the lesson here is be good humans. All right. So thank you so much for joining the Coffee Chat today. If you have any questions about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program, go to my website at robertlanecoaching.com, book a call, let's talk, and get you enrolled, all right? And if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you want to know about the audiobook world, by all means, reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you, all right? We'll say goodbye to our YouTube and LinkedIn friends first. Thank you so much for tuning in. You have a fantastic week.